Oh, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday stuff and things. And on this pleasant Sunday stuff and things, we have stuff and things to talk about, including upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. And then we're going to jump into... Damn it. And then we're going to jump into a topic that was brought up by a viewer question, basically about the process of me making videos, what my week is like as I'm trying to make content for 2 YouTube channels. I thought you might find that interesting. We're going to delve into that. And then, of course, we will have your feedback in hashtag askstuffandthings. So let's get into it. Okay, so what can you look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays? This week, on Wednesday, we will finally have the full review of this, the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter bestseller in A5 size. I've really enjoyed using this notebook for the past month, about. I think I've had it a little bit over a month now. You can see it's starting to get a couple little scuffs and things. I throw it in my bag when I go to work every single day. And I've done a full review. I think you're gonna like this. You should check it out on Wednesday. For those of you who followed this channel because of my Midori reviews, my fountain pens, stationery reviews, all of that good stuff, this is kind of the next evolution in my notebook system. This is what I'm using now. And I guess in that video, the main question that will be answered is whether this Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter bestseller can replace my Midori, my full-size Midori and my passport-size Midori, as my favorite all-around notebook system. I don't know exactly what to call these things. It's not really a journal because I'm not keeping a journal, but I guess notebook system. And then the week after that, we will have another episode in the Pure Pipe Varietals series. You guys gave me your feedback last week when I was talking about that, what you would like to see me do next. So once we get into that feedback, I will show you what I have selected as the next Pure Pipe Varietal for me to try all on its own. We're trying these Pure Pipe Varietals because ostensibly, and I think I agree with this, it helps you to pick out the flavors in pipe blends. If you try a straight Virginia or a Perique or what have you, all by itself, you'll be able to really figure out what that flavor profile is. And then when you have it in a blend, you'll be able to pick it out more easily. And then of course, Elden Ring every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, continuing on Stuff and Things Plays. Probably the best game of all time and one of my favorite series that I've done on that channel thus far. So check it out. Okay, so we had a question from Pensive Piper via YouTube, and PP says, I'm interested in your video shooting and editing schedule. I think one of the reasons for your loyal following is the regularity of your posts. I'm starting a new pipe essing channel and need some scheduling tips as I also have Monday to Friday full-time career. Any points you could share would be great. As always, love the channel. Thank you, Pensive Piper. So, this is interesting. At least I find it interesting because it involves me. Hopefully you guys find it interesting as well because you watch this channel and probably some of you watch Stuff and Things Plays as well. So I produce 4 to 5 videos a week. Or no, definitely 5 videos a week, sometimes 6 videos a week. So we have on Stuff and Things, we have our Wednesday video every single week, and then we have the Sunday Stuff and Things every single week. The Wednesday video is kind of the flagship where it's like, this is the product, the thing, whatever it is that we're discussing. Here is the review, or it's the main video in my mind every single week. And then the Sunday video is the video where I talk to you, I interact with you, I read a lot of your feedback, I tell you what's going on the channel, what you can expect next. And then on Stuff and Things Plays, there are at least 3 gameplay videos every single week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. For a while there, I was doing 4 a week, but typically it's about 3. So we have 3 game videos, 2 videos on Stuff and Things, 5 videos every week. I do have a, not 9 to 5, more like 7:30 to 4:30 day job, Monday through Friday. It is construction, concrete, so it's a bit strenuous, can be a bit stressful, Also, sometimes the scheduling can be a bit weird because you have to kind of just roll with the punches, whatever's going on. You have to finish whatever you happen to be doing that particular day. So it's not always, you know, set schedule as far as time and everything. So how do I produce 5 videos every week? Well, if you want to do so, and you are very correct in surmising that regularity is a huge part of, I wouldn't say I have a successful YouTube channel, but at least one in which a very nice, good, loyal following exists. You do have to be consistent. You have to post videos every single week. Some people do every single day. Just depends on the kind of content you're doing and many, many factors. But at least once a week, you pretty much want to do it at on the same day and at the same time, so that consistency so people can rely on that. If they like your content, they'll know, okay, maybe there should be a new video today. I want to go look at it. So consistency is key. So if you do have a full-time job and you're trying to produce the content, how do you do that? When do you do that? Basically, whenever you have free time. And so you're going to have to make sure that you're okay with the fact that you are going to give up a lot of free time. So if you're working and you have a very stressful, very time-consuming job, adding on a YouTube channel where you have dedicated yourself to making consistent uploads, you are going to have to get rid of most of your free time. So what do I do? On Monday through Wednesday is typically when I try to record the gameplay videos. So I work, I get off work, I get home, and I try to record for about an hour after work for each episode that I post of the gameplay videos. And then I edit that, so that's another 30 to 40 minutes, sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on what's going on in the episode. So it's a good at least hour and a half on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I'm doing, probably more like 2 hours per day doing those videos. So there's 5 to 6 hours to post the content on Stuff and Things Plays. Throughout the week, I am answering questions, trying to read through comments. I'm trying to pick out comments through on YouTube videos to put into your feedback in Stuff and Things, or in hashtag askstuffandthings, trying to make sure I don't get too far behind with emails and Patreon questions and messages and things like that. So that's an ongoing process throughout the week. I'm also trying to write down if I have any ideas of things that I want to talk about on the Sunday video, try to plan what I want to do for the main video on Wednesday. Come Saturday, which is always a day off for me, I do grocery shopping, some other stuff in the morning, but then usually by noon-ish, I start working on videos. And so today it is 2:10 at the moment. This is a Saturday as I'm recording this. I started planning around noon, writing down, I had a video that I was going to be doing of the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter. And so I was writing down a shot list, things that I wanted to record, things that I wanted to say. I don't write a script, but I will prompt myself, like here I say, intro, Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter bestseller A5 from Germany. Has the new notebook supplanted my Midori, blah, blah, blah. Then I'll have a shot list of different things and I'll have little points. So I plan that out. Start shooting. I probably started around 1 this afternoon, and I will probably be shooting until 3 o'clock-ish, and then I will be editing until 5 or 6. Stuff and Things Plays, and then we're going to jump into, damn it, and then we're going to jump into a topic that Handsome devil. Oh, hello. I'm just editing some video for the Sunday Stuff and Things. Finished recording a little bit ago. It is currently 3:10 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and this is how I spend my Saturday afternoon. Drinking a protein shake and editing video for the Sunday Stuff and Things and for the Wednesday video. I will probably be done 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe. We shall see, depending on how complicated the edit is and how much footage I have to go through. I have a lot of stuff to do for the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter video. A lot of different shots I tried to do, try to build a nice review for that. So that's gonna take a little bit longer. I also recorded that in 4K, so it's gonna take a lot longer to render, and it's gonna make my computer a lot slower as I try to edit it. I did do the Sunday Stuff and Things in 1080 though, so that shouldn't take as long. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro. I pay whatever it is, like the 40 bucks a month or something to have access to the Adobe Creative Suite because it works well. I'm not amazing at it, but I know enough of what I'm doing. I could probably delve into more of all this stuff, but every week I add a little bit more, my skills improve a little bit more, so hopefully you will notice that the quality of videos will slowly be improving. So, better get back to it. Was brought up by a viewer question, basically about the process of me making videos, what my week... So it is a good 5 to 6 hour chunk of producing these 2 videos for Stuff and Things throughout the week. Or on this day, I will be actually planning, shooting, and editing for at least 5 or 6 hours. So after editing, then you have to upload. That takes a couple hours, so you will do other things during that time. So typically I try to get done with editing by Saturday evening and then hopefully have time to do something with my fiance. So I'll probably take a shower, we might get a bite to eat, whatever we're gonna be doing that evening. Then at the end of the evening, around 9 o'clock, I pop into the office and see whether or not the videos have finished uploading. If they have, then I'm working on thumbnails for the videos. I am working on writing the actual post. I do the timestamps for the Sunday video. I try to get all my tags and everything. There's a whole process. If you've uploaded any YouTube videos yet, you will know that there's this whole process of editing the video, not the actual content of the video, but the upload that you are presenting to YouTube, where you're picking categories, you're putting in tags, you're titling the video, you're doing all that stuff. Get all that taken care of, and that will hopefully be done by around 9:30 or so in the evening, because the Sunday video has to post at 9 a.m. Pacific on the following day, on Sunday. So Saturday is really taken up with doing the channel stuff. And that's in addition to the 3 days that I try to do recording for the gameplay videos. On Sunday, once the Sunday video posts, depending on how busy I am or how burnt out I am, I either do the Sunday or Monday, but on Monday I'm also trying to record the next week's gameplay stuff, or actually I guess I'm usually about 4 or 5 weeks ahead for the gameplay videos. One of these days, after the Sunday video posts, I try to go through and read comments, answer comments, take down comments that I'm going to be using in Stuff and Things or in hashtag askstuffandthings, and the cycle continues. So it's a treadmill. You have to be doing it all the time, basically. And I've been doing this for 7 years now, and we're still a pretty small channel. By the way, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching now, you should do so. Subscribe, that would be fantastic. Maybe support on Patreon as well if you like. But we've been doing this a long time. The audience and the subscriber count, or at least the subscriber count, has steadily built. There was a period several years back where some major stuff changed with YouTube, and it got a lot more difficult for your videos to be seen by a general audience. So I could post a review of a wallet and it could get 40, 50,000 views. Many people who weren't subscribers to the channel would see that video. Now it seems much more difficult for that kind of thing to happen. So I have a core group of people who watch videos, but it seems harder for any of my videos to break out of that core. Nobody knows exactly why that is, but be prepared for disappointment. Be prepared for the fact that a lot of people, or you're not going to necessarily get a lot of people watching your videos for a very long time, if ever. You have to just keep plugging away, and you will, if you're doing something that people like, you will eventually get some of those people, or some of those people will eventually find your videos, and you may slowly and organically grow an audience and a good base. Like, we have a really cool, really nice community here of great people who watch the channel, but don't expect that you're gonna be getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views on a video. YouTube just doesn't really work that way anymore, unless you're doing something just so geared towards meme-y, viral kind of stuff. Like, it's just not, it's not the way it was where I could post a video of a Zippo lighter and get 40,000 views on it in a week. Like, it just doesn't happen anymore. So be prepared to work hard, be prepared to do it every single week and do a little bit every single day. Like, there's always gonna be some maintenance. Be prepared for the fact that you may not get a lot of return on this. Like, you're gonna be doing it because you enjoy doing it, not because you're gonna make a bunch of money or get a bunch of views. That's kind of where YouTube is right now. And that's not saying that you can't become really successful. People still do. It's just not as easy as it used to be, I think. So hopefully that didn't dissuade you horribly from starting your own YouTube channel, Pensive Piper. You said, I'm assuming maybe you already have a channel and you are doing a new channel, a non-essing channel. So if that's the case, then you may already know a lot of this stuff. But I guess just for people out there, general information if they want to know about this. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for the question. All right, gang, now that I've talked way too much about how I produce YouTube videos, it is time for your feedback in hashtag askstuffandthings. If you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, you can tweet at SAT Bradley with the hashtag askstuffandthings, and I will answer you on the next Sunday Stuff and Things. You can also leave me questions via Patreon. You go to the front of the line if that is the case, and on YouTube comments, or you can leave comments on YouTube videos. I try to read through all of those, and if you have feedback or questions, I will pick through those and pick out the good ones. So here, via YouTube, we have feedback for last week's Sunday Stuff and Things. This is from Cheesy Bacon. They say, I definitely think you should try some dark-fired Kentucky. So talking about the next pipe varietal we should use in the pure pipe varietal series. Straight Latakia? Huh! I don't find that overly exciting or noteworthy. If you've had an English blend that makes aggressive use of Latakia, the straight stuff isn't far off, in my opinion. Thanks for the feedback, Cheesy Bacon. This is from Michael Cardamone, or Cardamone. Latakia next time, then dark-fired Kentucky. So, interesting. Two choices, different orders from Cheesy Bacon and Michael Cardamone. Here's Biff Climpo. I guess that reminds me of Biffy Clyro. That's why I enjoy that. I don't particularly like the band, but the main singer guitar guy seems nice. Anyway. Biff Climpo says, straight burley. Another choice. You might find that you like it. Get a pouch of Five Brothers, usually used for RYO, but it has a great mineral nutty flavor, or the cube cut. Might as well try every type of tea by itself. Why not? I've had straight burley, and there are blends that are basically just straight burley, so people have mentioned things like Red Virginia and stuff as well, and that is interesting, but also maybe not quite as useful because there are so many blends that will just have straight Virginia, maybe just one variety of Virginia as well. Same for burley, but I'll take that under advisement. Next, from Thomas Webb, try some straight Turkish varietals. Yikes, I've done that before, and there's some really interesting flavors that you can find. I love my homegrown sun-cured Shirazi straight. Air-cured, not quite as distinctive. My Bursa straight, maybe not quite as much. It has an odd, funky note, kind of like burning plastic. Every varietal is a little different, but I'm finding Turkish quite amazing. Good suggestion there, thank you. This is from MTL Piper. Hey Bradley, I'd say Yendiji would be an interesting leaf that is not often talked about. Yeah, or not Yendiji, I always forget how to pronounce this. It's like Yenije. It's a varietal that was in one of the Frogmorton blends, and I can't remember which one off the top of my head, but that's an interesting choice. Next, from Jason Parsons, thanks for the mention, Bradley. I should have added that C&D, Cornell and Deal, did a small batch blend a few years back called The Beast. which Crowley, so I mentioned, somebody had mentioned in one of the comments that Aleister Crowley was known for essing pure Perique. The Beast, which Crowley was affectionately called. It was 50% Perique, soaked in rum, along with some Virginia, Darkfire, Kentucky, Cavendish, and Burley mixed up, made up the other 50%. I never tried it, but I can't imagine being overly interested. It had strength of 5 and a room note of 5. Based on what? Probably the only person who would want you around when essing it would be Crowley himself. Yeah, he was a maniac. More than just his crazy sojourns into mysticism and stuff, he seemed like kind of a dick. Treated women really badly, for the most part, it seems like. Next, Nathan Neiman. Moras are such delightful knives. The Scandinavian grind really isn't the optimal choice for a lot of hard-use tasks due to the fragile nature of the edge, but they are very inexpensive, at least the basic models, so it is an extremely replaceable option. I have nicer knives, but there are many where I reach for the Mora instead. But there are many times where I reach for the Mora instead. I do not lose any sleep beating that knife up. So I had mentioned the Mora in the last video. I've been using that at work all the time. I might do a review on that knife as well after a while. So thanks for the feedback, Nathan. I'm really having trouble with my lips. Like I can't speak properly today. Gabriel Polides. I think you'll love the Mora knife. Correct pronunciation, Mora Kniv. Yeah, I think I watched an actual publicity video from Mora, and they said, I can't say it exactly how they say it in Sweden, but it's like Mora Kniv, Mora Kniv, Mora Kniv. I own a few of the really cheap ones. I think I got 3 for 25 bucks. Use them a ton when I go fishing. They do all the basic utility work, plus I can fillet a trout with it. Great content as always. Cheers. Thank you, Gabriel. Next from Sedir. Oh, so Sedir is actually from Sweden, I believe. Morakniv, as in Kmart. So K as in Kmart, or the C in competence. Solid, well-priced quality used by workers, carpenters since the early 1900s. Nice buy. Thank you for the feedback. And then we have a little bit of feedback for the Bark River ultralight bushcrafter video. I love this knife. This is from Halley's Ledger and Lace. I have never seen a knife cut through a mini log like that. Watch some YouTube videos on knife reviews and you'll see a lot of people cutting through a lot of mini logs. Definitely a next level paring knife. Perhaps have an EDC work sheath that can get battered and another one for more formal occasions of box openings and such. Other people have suggested that, and it's a good suggestion. The only issue I would have is that I'm worried that the handle's gonna get chipped up as well. And I'm gonna use this knife, and I've been using this knife, but as far as it being slammed against metal implements and I just don't want it to be abused, and that's what will happen to it at work. So I think I'm pretty happy with the Mora. I actually took that with me too, or brought it with me, hold on. You can already see after a week's worth of use, can you see that? Maybe? The sheath is already getting completely battered. It's really rough on tools when I bring them to work. And I've been using this a bit. It's already getting a little marked up. I'll probably have to sharpen this again soon, but it obviously doesn't have the edge retention of my Bark River Ultralight Bushcrafter, but it's very cheap. And it's a good knife, so I think I'm going to continue using it at work. And finally, from Big Earn Bladesmith, good review. The Bark River Bushcrafter review, or Ultralight Bushcrafter. I hate the term super steel, personally. So I mentioned that CPM 3V is considered a super steel by some people. Some of the newer steels coming out are even more superior, metallurgically speaking, to 3V. CPM MagnaCut is like 3V but stainless. I've heard of MagnaCut. I was looking into some Bark River knives in MagnaCut as well, but I can't afford them. An actual tough as hell stainless, so awesome. So are those mega super duper lightsaber steels? It's steel, great steel, awesome technology, but it's just steel. I think it's just people use super steel as a term for, I think, a lot of the CPM steels, the crucible particle metallurgy steels, and it's just a way of differentiating them between, older style tool steels like 01 or something like that. That's what I thought, but you're probably more of an expert than I am because you are called Big Earn Bladesmith, and thank you for the feedback. But gang, we've been going quite a while here. I'm looking at the timer, and because I was shooting the review of the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter in 4K, my camera got kind of hot during that. Now I had to switch back to 1080 to record this, and it's still not totally happy, and it's rather hot inside this room, so let's try to wrap this up with the very best part of the show, and that is where we thank our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon. If you would like to support the channels, there is a link in the description box below. You can also hit that super thanks button if you wish and donate directly. But it is so much appreciated because any content that we do that has to do with teas like this, we can't monetize. And it just is so helpful to pay for equipment, the lights that are shining upon me, the camera that is recording this, things that we can get for review to show you on the channel. And every week, I like to thank those people who support the channels at $25 or more a month on Patreon with a special shout out. People like Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Glenn, Just Glenn, the very generous Jason Buckner, our lone female Patreon supporter, Gloria Phillips, or at least lone shout-out tier Patreon supporter, Gloria Phillips, MDoftheNorth, he might be a doctor, David Gaudreau, Mr. Luxurious, and of course, the famous man from Arizona, Nick Papageorgio. And then of course the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month, people like our good friend and award-winning author, Peter Straub, stolid and dependable Bob Magee, and rising from the ashes, Ashes of the Phoenix. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned. This week, on Wednesday, the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter bestseller A5 size review will be posting. The Wednesday after that, I've decided we are doing Latakia in the Pure Pipe Varietals series. I think that's the most obvious choice, so maybe that means I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Of course, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Elden Ring series continuing on Stuff and Things Plays. So much good stuff to come. Thank you all so much for your support. And until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.